everybody. Welcome to the Elusive Dick. I'm Marjorie.
And I'm Barbara.
And today's episode is an update on where we are in the dating world.
Woohoo! Our favorite topic.
This week, not so much for me.
No, not so much. What
I
do you
feel
got?
boring, to be honest with you.
It's just boring. Like no new energy, no new vibes coming your way.
Nothing that's exciting. You know. I went on the date. I didn't go on the date with a gentleman who's my age, who's retired, the legal guy, because he was busy with his social commitments.
Oh.
So he blew me off, or postponed, I should say.
Postponed.
Our dates, yes.
The one that brought the gift card guy?
The gift card guy.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And then we have Staten Island, who likes to communicate every day and wants to have deep, intensive conversations, which I'm not sure that there's a point to that if I never meet you.
Right.
So that sums up my dating life.
That sums it up. Oh, God.
I told you, boring.
Girl, that's it. Wait, so do you engage with the Staten Island guy in these, all these questions? Like,
I engage a little bit, but his new complaint is I don't engage enough.
Well, okay.
Because he wants to have these, like when he says, how are you? And I say, he's like, what's wrong? He wants the conversation. And I'm like,
wants the whole conversation.
Why am I having a conversation with you? I've never met you.
Never met you. I know this isn't, yeah.
So it's kind
of. That's why I'm kind of surprised that you even keep going on with this, because it's so not like you. But is it just because you're bored? It's like, well, why not?
I think it's because I'm bored.
Yeah. You know. Because you had something excellent going on. You wouldn't be giving Staten Island the time of day.
And doctor number 3.
Yes.
Just keeps calling,
Text the same.
Say, hello, gorgeous. How's your day? How you feeling?
Yeah.
I'm off on Friday and Saturday. And I go, okay. And then that's the end of that.
And then Friday, Saturday rolls around, nothing. He doesn't.
Not a peep.
He doesn't say, hey, we should get. He says, I'm off Friday, Saturday, and does not follow up with, do you want to get together?
No, that would be too much.
Yeah. But hey, gorgeous.
So I'm like, okay. Call me gorgeous today, fine.
Yeah, I'll take it. Because there's worse things.
At least he's not saying bitch.
Yeah, right. Then you might have to delete. I don't get it.
So it's boring this week. Sorry about that.
No, that's all right. It's all right.
I'll try to do better.
All right, well, good, because I have a page of notes. It doesn't mean that I've actually seen anyone in person, but it's just the stories keep coming. All right, so where should I start? I have to put my glasses on for this. The nurse is still MIA.
Right. Which is disappointing because we like the nurse.
No, I really like the nurse.
He needs to get his head out of his ass and enjoy life.
Well, I mean...
I'm saying it.
You're saying it. Okay. You said it. And it's too bad.
Call me if you need therapy.
we have a good time together. And I thought we were having a good time. Yeah. And... he said he's been dealing with, some depression stuff and some sleep issues and all this stuff. So I don't like bothering people. So I don't want to keep checking in. I have a couple of times just like, hey, are you okay? How's it going? And he always responds and it's lovely and nice. And then he's like, I think I might be on the other side of it and I have therapy tomorrow, so that should be good. And I was like, okay, great. But that was last week, and I have not heard anything. So I just said, be well, with a little heart. But at this point, I'm like, I mean, we've been dating fairly regularly for like 7 months. And I just, at least just say, I'm about communication and be direct. Like, if you need a break to focus on yourself, or if you met somebody else, whatever it is, just like the radio silence, I'm not like a fan, So I don't know. That's that. Anyway, these are so funny. I don't know. They make me laugh. JJ, from Jersey, the prude.
Right.
So we're still playing our word games, and
he's winning.
Yes, now he's winning. So now he's all in a good mood. Because remember last time he resigned, which I gave him shit for. So now, I'm losing. And I said, hey, what if I resign this game? He goes, I'd call you a quitter. I'm like, uh-huh. So there. And no, I did not resign the game. I play my games all the way through. I am not a sore loser. So then it was my turn, and he's like, you're taking forever, like to do my turn. And then he was taking forever. And I called him out. I'm like, well, then now why are you taking forever? He goes, I'm being selective and patient. It's called foreplay. Oh, okay. And he is never like one of any dirty, some of them are like into dirty talk, whatever. Right. He never has been. So this is the first mention of anything sexual. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay. And I'm still losing the game. And then I, do my turn, which did not help me any. And he goes, you're getting your ass spanked. And I'm like, oh.
Have you met in person?
Yeah, twice.
Okay.
Remember, he's the prude because he came over and then he was like, we were, having some fun. And then he's like, wait, are you seeing other people? Oh, that's right, yeah. And he's like, I might be prudish. So, yes, that's that one.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I blanked out on that. So.
Yeah. Happy to refresh your memory because you cannot make this shit up. And then I did a word, ick, I-C-K, and then the message I wrote was, your attitude is giving me ick, unless that was foreplay. Because remember he said foreplay. Right. And then his word he put down was juicy. He goes, it is. And then ... juicy kisses. Like, this was actually very entertaining. And he was like, when am I getting a taste of those lips again? And I said, when you ask me out again. And then dog sitting. He was dog sitting this weekend. He said, let's connect early next week, which is now because today is Monday. So we'll see. I'm still waiting for him to make his turn now. At least it was entertaining is all I have to say. I told you this one. Because everything, it's like so boring right now. So I texted Ginger. Yeah. I resurrected Ginger.
That shows you how sad things are.
Exactly. I'm like, my hot girl summer is stagnating. I need a little shot of adrenaline. I need something. So, God, I'm going back to the well. Anyway, so with all the World Cup shit going on, he's a huge soccer fan. So I just text something silly like, oh, you're rooting, and he's part Belgian. So I was like, oh, are you rooting for Belgium now after the U.S. got knocked out? So that started the whole, conversation. And he's always good because he always responds. It's not like, crickets for days. I mean, it's boring, but he responds at least. Anyway, we caught up about our summers, and then it got a little like fun and flirty back and forth. And then I told him, I don't remember exactly how it came up, but anyway, we're getting fun and flirt, and he's like saying, silly things, something about, with no clothes on, and, ha, ha, ha. And I said that I faked it the last time we were together.
Yes.
Because remember after I was like, oh, I don't have time for this. I don't feel like coaching him. Well, apparently now I've gotten myself into, I'm going to be coaching him. And he writes back, don't hurt my feelings, Barb. You're going to make me want to try again. So then this opened up a whole back and forth. And I was like, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I said, to be honest, you just seemed more interested in getting rather than giving the last time we were together. And he goes, is that why you wanted to cut things off with me? Wait, I wrote this down. I quote, I never meant to be selfish about anything, and I do enjoy giving. Maybe just need to communicate better or slow down in the moment. I was like, I said, well, that probably would have made it better. And then I went to, he's like, well, what do you, he's very competitive, type A. So see, now he doesn't like that he, failed in this regard. So now he wants to know how he can resurrect himself. So he's like, well, what do I need to do? I was like, well, I need lots of foreplay. Maybe we can communicate like during, it's okay. We can open our mouths, to, see, check in. Do you like this? Do you like that? So, okay. So now we're getting into details. So this is very funny. He goes, now you really got me wanting to try again after I go down my laundry list of what I need. So I was like, this is hilarious. Okay. Then he was out like watching one of the World Cup games, and because the last time we got together, we met at like a local pub.
Right.
I walk in, he's drinking 0% proof. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you need to loosen up. Don't drink 0% proof beer. I don't know, and it's beer. It's not like whatever. So anyway, so I joke with him. He's like, oh, I'm just back from watching whatever teams play. I said, oh, we having some 0% proof beer, really living it up. Ginger. And then he's like, no, I had regular beer. And then he goes on to tell me, he goes, have you ever tried edibles? I was like, oh boy. I was like, oh, I have. I've had very different experiences with edibles. I said, why do you ask? He goes, well, I tried some gummies and I really liked them. Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. Well, why did you try them and for what purpose? He goes, well, I have these ones that like chill you out, and I just tried it at home. Like I took a half, I was by myself, and he's like, wow, it was great. I was like so chill, and then I slept really well. I was like, oh, good for you, Ginger. That sounds like a good time. He goes, well, maybe we should do them together. Okay. All right. So
Ginger on the wild side.
Ginger on the wild side. So now, I mean, why not? What else do I have going on? So now I think we're going to plan a rendezvous and have gummies, and I'm going to communicate exactly what I need. Can you imagine?
And then we'll rate him again.
Thank God I didn't tell him about this podcast. Could you imagine? He would die. No, I literally would die. I'm so tempted.
I don't think he'd have performance anxiety.
Oh, what? Oh,
no, I don't think.
God, yes. All right, so isn't this the funniest?
That's good.
Okay, anyway, so that was very funny. I had a date last Friday he was the Lebanese Greek guy in private equity, my age, like very cute on the apps. And he followed up, picked a nice hotel bar close by. I walked down, well, I was a little late, so oops. But he was already sitting there, and he was very well dressed, like very nice watch. He's very tall, 6'3". He's nice.
But?
Maybe narcissist. I don't know. He's like one of those big swinging dick finance people, I think. Which is too bad because, he's got money, I assume, I could tell. And,
Did he ask you any questions?
Some. Like it was good. He listened. He was very interesting as a person. He grew up in Beirut, like he's from Beirut. But then because of the Civil War, he has a twin sister. They moved to Paris. So he went to high school in Paris. And then he came to the States, went to Syracuse for college. I remember on his profile it said Syracuse, also said Harvard.
Right.
Guess what? He never brought up Harvard. Like, Harvard guy. I mean, maybe he just did like a little certificate thing there or something. That's probably what it is, or else he would have mentioned it. I don't know. And then he was working for this private equity firm in Dubai for a very long time. And then they wanted to open a office in New York, so that's why he came to New York. Travels a ton. He has a 4-year-old son who lives in D.C., and he meets him in Philly. Right, so he had this son when he was 49. And he was like, I knew I always wanted to be a parent and all this stuff. And then towards the end of our conversation, I said, oh, your son is 4. That's such a cute age. Like, what's he into? And it was weird. He just kind of shrugged his shoulders. He's like, oh, I don't know. Like, what every 4-year-old's into, like, trucks. I'm like, what? I don't know. That was weird. And then the other kind of red flag for me, as he's talking, we were talking about Waymo, the driverless electric cars and all this, and how they're going to be introduced in New York. And I'm kind of like, I think that's going to be a disaster. He's like, I think it's going to be great. So whatever, we're having this debate. And then he has a very ethnic sounding name, like it sounds Middle Eastern. And he says that for his Uber account, he makes a different name. I'm like, what, like a John Smith or something? He's like, yeah, something like that. I said, oh, why do you change your name? And he said, because the Uber drivers always then want to talk to me and ask me where I'm from and blah, blah, blah. And I said, oh, and you don't want to talk to them? And he's like, no, I travel so much. I'm always in Ubers. I don't, when I'm in there, I just don't want to talk to anybody. Which I get, but I don't know. It just sounded, and which made me think of Seal, who, when we were zipping around New York in taxi cabs, he's speaking to the cab drivers in, you know, because he speaks 8 languages and whatever their language is, like the whole time. I don't know. It just kind of gave me the, you know what I mean?
So no chemistry?
Well, he's very cute.
How'd you leave it?
Well, let me tell you. Well, clearly no chemistry for him because he also lives like 4 blocks from me. So we walk back from the hotel bar, and I was turning to go to my apartment. He was going to keep going. And we like hugged, and I said, thank you. And he goes, oh, make sure you message me, when you get home. And I was like, oh, okay. That was a little, like, no one's ever said that before. And we've never exchanged numbers. It's only just the app. So I did. I messaged him when I got home. I said, thanks. It was, like, really fun conversation, whatever. Nothing. I guess he's not interested. Which is, I would have gone out again just to see, more. But we were there for 3 hours. He ended up ordering dinner. I don't know.
Maybe he's traveling?
Yeah, he is going away this week for like a month. So God only knows, Marjorie. I don't know. But I tried. I really tried. No, there's 2 more. Well, no, there's not 2 more. All right, well, I'm joining your world of pen pals. Remember Fireman number 2?
Yeah.
Oh, we're like pen pals now. Full on. So... He seems kind of funny, but he's still not asking for a date. He has tried calling me a couple of times, but it's always like I'm busy. It's not like he texts and says, oh, hey, you want to chat? And then like call, like it's just out of the blue. And one night it was like 11:30. I'm like, dude, I'm going to bed. I'm not talking to you at 11:30 at night. Like, I don't know. Anyway, it's weird, but funny. He did share a picture from his vacation. He was up in Newport for a July 4th weekend with his family. And he shared some picture where he's like lying down. His face is bright red and his hair is all messed up. And he looks like, 3 sheets to the wind. I'm like, that's an interesting picture. He's like, just putting my best foot forward. Ha ha. I'm like, what is that? He goes, I was mangled. I was drunk and sunburnt. I was like, amazing. Like, is this supposed to be like, he goes, but don't worry, I bring high entertainment value. I said, I have no doubt, Fireman number 2. So on Friday night when I'm getting ready for this date, and he's like, your people, what are you up to? Good morning, what's up? How are you? What are you doing? I'm just like, oh God. So Friday is like, oh, what are you up to? It's 7:30 on a Friday night. I said, I'm getting ready for a date. Oh, he got salty. He goes, well, way to rub my face in it. You don't have to. I said, what? You asked what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I said, I'm sorry. I don't lie. And he writes, right. I thought then I would never hear from him again. The next day, how you doing? And now today I got something. He's studying. I said, what are you doing? He goes, I'm studying. I said, what are you studying for? To become a captain in the fire department. I said, oh, how's it going? He goes, not well. It's a lot of information. I said, you can do it. Anyway, that was the last thing. So I have a text buddy now, just like you.
See, welcome to the club.
And I did get waxed today because I am going to with Original Fireman and see if I can get something going there, because this is like,
we need
nothing's happening.
We need Fireman number 1.
Oh, exactly. He's like a sure thing, but it's pinning him down is the problem. So anyway, that's my update.
Well, that's good.
I mean, it's entertaining at least.
Much more than mine, that's for sure.
Yes,
mine's
I
boring.
would have to say.
Sorry.
All right, maybe next week.
But I think we have questions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we have a couple of listener questions this week.
Ooh.
So I'll read them to you. Hold on 1 second. Okay. So, Our first question is Marjorie and Barbara. It's Dave from Chicago. Love the show. I'm looking for some advice. After 27 years of marriage, my wife barely touches me anymore. I'm 54, in decent shape, and I just want to feel wanted again. What do I do?
Ooh, that's a good one. Thank you for your question, Dave. We need Mark back with his question.
What would Mark say?
Do you have something right off the top of your head?
Yeah. Have you had any conversations with your wife about this?
That's why communication is number one. Just because you've been married for 27 years and obviously have had many intimate, moments, things change.
I think we can go back to the love language and see what's her love language and try to approach her in that direction.
I like that. I also wonder if there's been sort of like any life transition, like are you empty nesters now? Because then the whole dynamic changes, I feel like, when suddenly there's no kids around and it's just the couple is there, and talking about how you want this time to be, what you want to do together.
And a restart.
Yeah, a restart.
Yeah.
But I like the love languages idea.
Especially sounds like they're both active too, so maybe it's just about rekindling.
Right, rekindling.
Yes.
And if you're an active person, like to maybe suggest an active vacation. I mean, it doesn't have to be anything fancy or exotic, but just, go to a mountain somewhere and do some hiking and stay at like a cute little inn. Order some strawberries and champagne to the room or something.
Sounds like fun.
I mean, I know for me as a woman, I like those little acts of, shows that you care and you're thinking about someone instead of just all the humdrum day-to-day stuff.
Yeah.
Or just even come home with some flowers out of the blue.
Yeah, acts of service. Okay, so thank you, Dave. Our next question comes from Susan from Texas. Hi, ladies. I've been listening to the show since Maria and Anastasia's episode. It's been so enjoyable to listen to a podcast that I can relate to. I'm 58, and I've been seeing a 38-year-old guy for 8 months. Everything is great, except he still won't introduce me to his friends. Am I wasting my time?
Ooh, interesting one.
Probably wasting your time, but what's the goal? I mean, at the end of the day, is your goal a real long-term committed relationship, or is it just to have a meet and hang out?
For sure. That, I mean, definitely, especially if it's been 8 months, that's, quite a while now. To have that conversation with him and say, what are you really looking for here longer term? Are you looking, do we want this to continue to be longer term? And if so, then it's important to me that I meet your friends, or is this just is like for fun and, not something for the long haul? I mean, I would just ask point blank.
Yeah.
I feel like, like there's, I guess, not really anything to lose. You could be disappointed in his answer if he wants it just short term and you want long term, but at least and you can, move on and find somebody along the same lines as you.
I'm curious if that's important to both of you, like meeting someone's friends after a designated amount of time, or if that's not as important. I'm just curious for you.
Not so much for me.
Not for you? To me, it shows that the person really values you and likes you and wants to share you with, other people in their lives. Like with Nurse, let's say. I invited him to that concert when my good friend came into the city and he met her. And if he invited me to something with his friends, I would like to go.
Yeah, but if he never invited you, would it really bother you?
I don't think that much.
Yeah.
No. But what about you? What if it was something that you wanted to be long term and they never invited you?
Well, if you want it to be long term, then it definitely is an issue.
Yes. Yeah.
But I kind of feel like when you met the person originally, what did you set the premise at?
Right. And a lot of times, though, you don't set a premise.
So
that now is a good time, especially at 8 months, I would say it's time to have that conversation.
Yeah, I agree. All right. We have 2 more. Okay. So next one is, hey, I'm Tom from Boston. I'm 35 and I love dating older women, but they always assume I just want sex. How do I convince one I'm actually looking for something real?
Thank you, Tom. That's Tom from Boston.
That's a tough one.
That is, I will say Tom from Boston, as an older person, sometimes dating younger men, that I generally assume that they are primarily looking for sex, because I've asked a lot of younger men why they're dating older women, and they say because the sex is good and
it's less complicated
and the women show up and are good communicators and so on and so forth. So I think for you, Tom, it's the same, to be direct and have an open conversation when you're starting to talk with someone and say, what are you actually looking for here? Is it just for fun? Is it for long term? And then, hopefully they're just honest and upfront.
Right, but you could also do the same, just go back to the prior question. You could make arrangements to go out with you and your friends and just bring her into the loop, which would make her feel that you're looking for something more.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, because if it's just sex, I don't think, anyone's inviting you to go, meet friends and all that stuff. And it's and to plan dates, actually, want to spend time with the person, not just, hang out and go have sex. Yeah, like actually plan fun things to do.
Yeah. I like those answers. All right, last question of the day. Hi, Marjorie and Barbara. I'm Linda from Ohio. I'm 55 and newly divorced. Younger guys keep chasing me, but they disappear after we sleep together. How do I get one to actually stick around and continue to date? So opposite of Tom, really.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, that's the elusive portion of it. If we knew the answer to that question,
we'd same boat with Linda.
We'd bottle it and sell it.
Oh, Linda, yes, I wish we had a magic answer for you. But look, Linda, maybe you should meet Tom in Boston. He sounds like he wants to stick around.
We need a podcast meetup is what we need for everybody to come and meet community.
Yes. Well, we could facilitate that.
I think so.
Yeah, Linda, like I just said, I mean, I would assume, and, in my experience, a lot of the younger ones are just looking for sex with the older person, but not all of them. Mm-hmm. So again, just be pretty clear about what you're looking for and just say like, hey, it's nice to connect with you or whatever, but I am looking for something that's, a little more than just sex, a little something more. It doesn't have to be long-term.
I'm interested to know what Linda's age range is, if she's on the apps or whatnot.
Oh, true.
Because she said younger guys keep chasing her, but like, what's the
what is
range
younger?
at? Yeah.
Is younger like 5 years younger, 10, 15, 20?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So well, at least she's being chased. That feels good.
Definitely.
Oh, thank you, listeners, for the those are good questions. Mm-hmm. Oh, all right. Well, keep them coming. And you can send them to us at the Elusive Dick Podcast at gmail.com. Thanks, everyone.